Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Wow, that was pretty bad. Sorry.
Let's try that again. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, I feel better.
Me too.
Welcome to the session everyone wishes they attended, but some might have missed because they went to Zappos thinking they were getting free shoes. Before Sheryl begins, let me begin with a few questions. Have you ever hosted an event expecting the best, but delivering a less than perfect performance for both the guest and your team?
Yeah. See the heads.
Do you wish every event you hosted was booked with just one phone call? Have you failed to train your staff to respond positively to any possible situation? If you answered yes to any of those questions, you're going to be glad you're here, because Sheryl will address all of those questions and provide you with answers to drive your event sales to the bottom line. Our speaker today is the president of the National Speakers Association, New Jersey chapter. She's also the CEO, that's Chief Energizing Officer, of Sheryl Golf, and one of the leading experts in sales, marketing, and training for the top entertainment facilities in the country. She knows about driving sales and profits, having operated an award-winning facility for over 12 years, and having lived through so many challenges in running events, and having lived to tell the tales. She's worked with the smart owners like you who need quick results. When she's not speaking, training, or at the airport, she can be caught writing her new book or running. That is, running her house, her errands, and her business. Sit back, get ready to discover the best way to deliver on your group sales and marketing promises. Please join me in welcoming back to Bowl Expo speaker, trainer, and event specialist, Sheryl Bindelglass.
Woo! High fives all around. High fives. High fives. Awesome, 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 awesome. High fives all around. We don't. Oh, you're back. Hey, we could do that again. Love. You did awesome the first time. There we go. Thank you. Welcome, 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 welcome. By the way, this happens to be the twin section over here. I learned while we were waiting. Not only do I have twins, but they, well, soon. Just think they can say they, yeah, not today. Okay, awesome. Everybody have a pen? Everybody's got a pen? Anybody missing a pen? You don't have one? Look, you get a very special pen.
Special, thank you.
Do you know, he wants to, I knew this was going to happen. He wants to, well, you only get a special pen if you help me again.
Well, what do you mean?
Come on up. Boy, this is what happens when you come to two sessions. So this is a magical pen. Okay, everyone can see this amazing pen. With technology, this pen can write any color in the world. Are you ready? Pick a color.
Magenta.
Magenta. You're a guy, you picked magenta. Okay. I'm just saying. Okay, he loves magenta. You know this will work, right?
I believe in you.
He believes in me. One session this morning and he believes. Okay. Wait, I have to turn it off? No, on. Magenta. Magenta, blowing it twice. Okay. It will write magenta. If it writes anything, there we go. Did it not write magenta? It wrote magenta. Okay. For those of you who can't see, it definitely wrote magenta. Now he's going to go back to his center, and he's going to show everybody that he got this really super cool pen. Can you catch this if I turn the point off? Ready? I do have some extra pens at the end if you'd really like one.
You picked the harder to spell color.
Okay, you should have picked the hard. Okay, so he said that in jest. I did this for almost a year and a half, and all these little kids think, wow, this is so cool. So I gave it to a 7-year-old. And he's walking around the trade show floor saying, my pen can write any color. And he did. And do you know how long to write the letter blue? B. And so they were doing great. He came back. He said, the pen doesn't write. I said, what do you mean the pen doesn't write? He goes, it doesn't work. It broke. I said, how did the pen? I looked at it. I wrote with it. He said, she wanted fuchsia. I don't know how to spell fuchsia. So I think the pen's broke. I want to take it back. I said, okay, we need to give them a couple of others. And I said, if they say green, ask them would they like forest green or neon green. He goes, I can do neon. I don't know the word forest. So we had some issues. Welcome. I thank you so very much. This is a super cool setup. We're in the round, so you will see me moving around. If my back is to you for a short time, I apologize. But this is really all about you. I am so honored that BPAA and Bowl Expo have brought me back. This is one of my favorite conferences. If you tell other conventions, I will deny it. You have a trifold at your seat. It's like this. It is almost that color that you liked, for you to take notes on. At the bottom, there's a special section called Action Plan. That's the hard part. Here, we've got an extra one for you. Grab one right behind you. So, as we get started, I love questions. Yes? That tape. Oh my gosh. We'll have some more passed around. There we go. We'll steal them from the other tables. There we go. I don't know where they took them. There were lots of them. Grab one from somebody else. He's got 4 of them, so we're good. He's hoarding them. He's writing an awful lot. And if all else fails, our hostesses can pass around some extra pads from the back, because I know you're going to want to take lots of great notes. So I've been in the industry. I've had lots of fun. You've heard a little bit about me. I need to know a little bit about you. How many people in this room are newbies, 0 to 1 years? Show of hands. Wow, welcome. Get ready for really long hours and lots of fun. How many for 2 to 4 years? About 1/4. So still on the newbie side. How about our all-stars, 5 to 9 years? The other part. And now here come our favorite Hall of Famers, 10 years and more. Hall of Famers, please stand up. Please stand up. Hall of Famers, stand up. Okay, the newbies, take a good look around. These are the people after the session you want to go sit with, talk to, ask them lots of questions, but give them a big round of applause. They deserve, thank you. Everybody can see me if I'm down here. If not, I can hop up. You tell me we're good? Okay. How many people in this room, we come up to the alphabet soup, I use a lot of these ABCs all the time, know what a CMP is? Certified Meeting Planner. Certified Meeting Professional. So we don't have any of those in the room. We have one. One CMP. Do we have any MPI, Meeting Planners? Meeting Professionals International? 0. Good. Okay, this is a really tough word. They really need to change the association. Any ISIS? International, I know. Yeah. I feel bad for them. They've been around for a long time. International Special Events Society. No ICE? Okay, awesome. How about EPA? Event Planners Association. Anybody a member? Wow, so now you found 4 different groups who really specialize in this entire session. That they really do special events, programs, and meetings. Why do I point them out? A is if they're in the room, sometimes they like to hijack my topic. And they say, ooh, we have comments. And I said, okay, come on up. B, if you contact these 4 alphabet soup people, they can bring you groups and special events. For example, and every state and chapter is different, there's a group in our area that hosts a, quote, tabletop contest. So I looked and I said, tabletop? It's who decorates the table the nicest. Well, I said, come to our facility. We've got all these round tables and all these rectangle tables, and you can come decorate them, and then we left them out for a display. So tie into what is in your area. I like to have people sit there and say, and they raise their hand, this won't work for me. My job is to give you the ideas and to give you the basics. Your job is to take it back, modify it, adopt it to work for your center. Sometimes what works in California does not work in New Jersey. What works in Florida does not work in Ohio. What works in Wisconsin may not work in Oklahoma. You know your area. You know what's best. You have to tweak it a little bit. Everybody have their cell phones out? Awesome. I hope you take your cell phone at this moment and tweet. We are at the best session at Bowl Expo. I know before it starts, I figure if I get that done. Although it didn't work so well, somebody goes, oh, look, Sheryl gave us $100,000. Who's tweeting right now, by the way? Who's tweeting? Carrie, are you tweeting? Okay. Okay, he's tweeting. He gets 100 grand. So, of course, what the person did was they took a picture of the 100 grand and said, it's not only the best session, but she paid me 100 grand. If you ask questions, I love questions because I think you have really great ideas. I would be more than happy to stop where I am and just give you the answer. So please, 100 grand for any question. So I have my first question. Who traveled the furthest to come to this session? How far? Maine. Oh, that's pretty far. I'm geographically challenged, so you might have to help. Anybody further than Maine? Hawaii. Where are we? Which one's? There's an ocean in between. Okay, Hawaii. All right, we'll give it to Hawaii. Anybody further? Montreal? North Carolina? I don't think that's as far as, is it? I think Maine's further, so I'm going to give it to Maine. There we go, and to Hawaii over there. Awesome. Thank you. See, this is how it works. I give out 100 grands, you all smile, and we have fun. The whole purpose of the 100 grand, if you've ever been to a session that I've hosted, is I believe if you attend my session, you get enough ideas to go back and make an extra 100 grand. If you like that, let me hear a big round of applause. Okay, if you don't need the extra 100 grand, you can go to a different session. I won't be offended. So, prizes at the end. You are going to be my prize keeper. Yes, he volunteered once at the earlier session. Now he's just my best friend. You are responsible to take the bag from those cute little ladies in the front and pick a winner. Don't let me forget. Got it? Awesome. So, I like to divide events into different categories. To me, they're pretty much the same format, but a little twist. Internal events. Give me an example of what would be an internal event for your property. What do you have? Birthday parties for employees. Perfect example. Excellent. Big round of applause. We have to cheer them on there. Okay, that was really not a big round of applause. I'll give them a second chance. Big round of applause. See, he actually gave you the round of applause. I caught that. Thank you. What other events are internal events? Either for your staff or that you host as part of your company. Anybody do breakfast with the bunny? Yes? No? Maybe. Bowling with Santa. Okay, that would be an internal event. What other internal events do you host? Yes? End of the season league banquets. Excellent. What else? New Year's Eve parties. Show of hands. How many people host a New Year's Eve party? Awesome. Would you like to triple your New Year's Eve party even if you're sold out? Yes. Yes. Well, this is not just on special events. I'm going to give you a couple tips along the way. Yes?
We actually host 3.
Yes.
3 New Year's Eve parties.
Perfect. Wait, pause. I'm going to give you the walk around mic so that everybody can hear because they are recording. Thank you. Okay. Lots of feedback. He's going to give you the answer I wanted to give you, but go ahead. He just wants 100 grand.
Yeah, that's right. We host 3 New Year's Eve parties. We have one from 3 to 6, which is for young families. We have one 7 to 9 for families with teenage children and whatnot. And then we have the adult New Year's Eve party from 10 to 1 in the morning.
Big round of applause. Excellent. Thank you.
And 2 of the 3 were sold out last year. We have a 32-lane center.
Perfect. So,
And actually,
I was going to say you're now in charge of the
actually
mic.
we have another. We also host a New Year's Eve party in the bar. So it's actually 4 New Year's Eve parties.
I'm going to give him a 5th, not to be a one-upper, but I think you should do a noon Year's Eve party for the littler kids. Ooh, she liked that. For the littler kids that have families that are really saying, "Oh my gosh, they're going to be in bed by your second party." And you're now in charge of passing the mic, so if you don't mind, when we're ready, not yet. New Year's Eve, you do the same thing as a New Year's Eve. Balloons drop, have lots of fun. Please do not serve champagne to the little kids. Apple juice, but what kind of apple juice, please? The sparkling apple juice. But you still serve it in the plastic champagne flutes so that they feel special. ABC, Alcoholic Beverage Control, frowns upon you serving alcohol to little 3-year-olds. I just thought I'd give you that little tidbit, not that I tried it once. By mistake, somebody poured the wrong glass. So now already you have a couple great ideas that you can go back. Show of hands, how many people are going to add another event to make money for New Year's Eve? Awesome, great. Let's talk about your signature event and what a signature event is. What's the one event that you host during the year that everybody knows about, everybody's looking forward to, and you can't post it fast enough without them calling you and saying, what day are you doing that? Oh wait, I have to get you 100 grand. By the way, we are not finishing this session without finishing the 100 grand. I got the riot act read to me by my husband saying, they're not coming back on the plane. So, lots of ideas. Ready? Tell us what you have. He's going to pass the mic to you.
Brad Brigham from Cougar Lanes, Clinton, Wisconsin. Every year, right before Thanksgiving, the guys all go deer hunting. We have a Deer Widows weekend. So when the guys are away, we have a ladies' night. They do a glow bowling team tournament, and we dress up like idiots and make sure the ladies have one damn good time.
Wow! Big round of applause. Dear Widow's wife. Love that. Thank you, thank you. And you had one also. Please pass. Name, center, and turn the mic on. I got it? You got it. There we go.
Got it now. Brandon Wilder, Buffalo Lanes, Raleigh, North Carolina. All of our centers, we have 5 centers, and all of our centers host a youth blast-off to kind of begin our fall youth league season. We sell out. Sometimes we run 2 sessions. And it's a free event, and what we do is sign up kids, and that's what's made us such a big youth hub.
Awesome.
We own youth in North Carolina because of that.
Big round of applause. Here you go. Get ready to catch 100 grand. He's helping you out there. Excellent. What else do we have on this side? By the way, they're up to about 400 grand, and this side doesn't have 100. Yes, go ahead. Microphone. Runner. No, but for the recordings, they yell at me or I repeat it. So whoever gets the mic has to pass it off. You're my new assistants there. Awesome. Thank you so much. I love this help.
I'm Beth Simmerl from Foxfire Lanes in Kannapolis, North Carolina, and we hold dollar days every summer, and we have dollar hot dogs, dollar games, dollar French fries, dollar drinks, and people come left and right. We sell out every year, and
awesome.
We have to keep
thank
going
you,
back.
Thank you for sharing that. Right next to you. Big round of applause. I'm not good. Feels that love. There we go.
We partner with Catholic Charities, and we run an event, 2 centers combined. And while we love the Baptist Center area, their bar bill isn't very good. But the Catholic Charities, you'd be better off giving them the bowling for free just for the bar check. But it is a great event, and it does fill up 2 centers every year, and has for years, and they do a great job.
Excellent.
But the nice thing I like with those types of events, and everybody does them, it gets a lot of people working with you and gets your name out to a lot of people real fast.
Excellent. Big round of applause. What you heard him say, which I thought was fabulous, is he partnered with another group. The advantage to partnering with another group, they're doing half of the work for you. Sometimes. Sometimes not. Sometimes they're double the amount of work. But they'll send out the flyers, they'll promote, they'll really help you kick it off. Let's talk a little bit about your corporate events. And for everybody who came to the morning session on group sales, no cheating on this one, but what do you do for your corporate? Who hosts the most amazing corporate team building? Oh boy. Note to self, we should tell Kelly next year that we really want to do a session just on how to host team building and corporate events. We won't go into that right now. But corporations have money. Even if they're struggling, there are lots of other budgets, but we don't do the best job packaging it. So we can talk a little bit more about packaging it and making sure that we do a great job. The last, yes.
We started doing one with McDonald's.
Who's got the mic? There we go.
For those that follow McDonald's, they've had a real image problem about the last 2 years with declining sales and bad press about how much they pay their people and their food not being so good. And we've got a couple of McDonald's that we've started working with, and they're doing these as motivational things for their employees and image makers for them. And they've been really easy to do. And McDonald's is really looking for things to do right now to try to put themselves in a little better light.
Big, big, big round of applause. Thank you. It's like 200.
We're going to keep the mic. We're going for $1 million on this side of the room.
Oh, I think they just threw the challenge down that this side of the room is going for $1 million. Are you going to let them do that? No, absolutely not. Go ahead. Oh, I thought you had another one next to you. Oh, you're just holding the mic. Okay. So let's... Oh, Vicki has one? Okay. Boy, how fast. He wants that $100,000 to double or triple. So in terms of doing all these events, we could do a session just listing all the super cool events. But what the description was is really how do you make these events work? What is it about these events that works? And I sometimes say, let me tell you a little bit about what didn't work. Let's talk about Murphy's Law. For those of you who have hosted events, Murphy's Law is so applicable. I love this mug that is upside down. If anything can go wrong, it will. No question about it. So I was trying to calculate how many events I did, and I lost track after several hundred. But I thought I'd share with you a couple and see if any of these resonate with you. A group has booked with you. They called, you went back and forth, you have a contract, everything's awesome. The day before, you call a second time. Congratulations. Ted, I just want to make sure that you're bringing 75 guests tomorrow. Yes? Ted says, of course we are. I personally checked everybody in. We're good. Ted shows up. He's working the registration desk. And all of a sudden, 150 people show up. Ever happened to you? What does your food and beverage manager look like about half hour into that party? Yeah. Who's jumping in their car? Frantic, exactly. Ah! Who's jumping in their car and running to get extra supplies and extra food, even if you have food on hand? Let's talk about, and this just happened this week, so I changed my PowerPoint a little bit. One of my clients called me very upset. I said, what happened? Well, we kind of double booked a grad night. And you know what grad nights are? Lock-ins, they stayed, okay. I said, what do you mean you kind of? What's the contract say? What does it have? Well, our interpretation was Wednesday they were coming in. Their interpretation was Thursday because their party went till 4 in the morning. So they counted it as the next day. Well, lo and behold, 2 big schools are there. And they were not friendly schools. You know the schools that are rival. There was a lot of recovery from that one. So, if that ever happens, you know that you can say, Sheryl warned us that we should make sure that we say, it is Wednesday, starting at 11:30 and goes till Thursday, and give them the dates. Anybody ever have road construction before your biggest event? How wonderful is that? Not good. Not good at all. Why the township or county decides that they need to close your road to do repaving or potholes, well, at least from Jersey, we had lots of potholes, right before you do a big event. Equipment failed. Equipment ever failed at your place? Let's talk about my fryer. I'm not the best food and beverage person. I know that that's not my strength. And one day we had my food and beverage manager with the flu. Every team member came down with the flu. And the day before, we had a brand new fryer installed. So I said, oh, no problem. I'll open it up. I'll get us going. We're doing great. And lo and behold, the first kid comes up and he said, with my cheeseburger, can I get an order of fries? I said, let me check on that for you. I asked 3 people on the walkies, made some calls. Anybody know how to turn the new fryer on? Absolutely not. So I did the next best mom thing. I opened the door. I look up, I look middle, I look down. I'm like, Close the door, I walk up sadly. I said, I'm so sorry. We just ran out of fries. How would you like a free bag of chips? Exactly. Cool. But we were out of that fryer, so we sat there and said that wasn't even equipment, it was an upgrade, and that was the first and only time I actually remember telling a little fib to a kid in our facility. It was not one of my proud moments, but we made it through. Staff ever call out? Yes? How often? A lot. Tell the truth. Only on big events, right? More than you want it. So what do you do to prevent staff from calling out? What did we do? And no, you can't threaten them. Even though I'm from Jersey, I'm not connected to anybody that I can make those threats. You do know that joke, right? The mob. Okay, Jersey. Okay, what do you do? Train them. You could chain them to the front. What else can we do to make sure that they realize how important it is? Include them. Who said that? $100,000. Include them. How do you include them? Wait, who's got the mic? Oh, come on. He's not giving up. She gets it. She's getting $100,000. He's going to bring you the mic and explain. Heads up, ready? Oh, you ducked. You had no faith in me, with good reason.
Who gets the mic?
Right in the back, third row. Thank you. So, how do you include them, and what do you do?
My name is Christine from Florida. I assign them different projects. Every time I have a big corporate, everybody's in charge of something, and I go over exactly what they're in charge of.
Big round of applause. Include them, let them know how special. Medical outbreak. I was at a restaurant, and sure enough, it would be the one restaurant that had a measles outbreak. Quarantine people, it was really not pretty. The weather. I understand that some people here are from Arizona and really nice places. I'm from Jersey. We have weather issues. We do. Are you from where? Texas. Oh, you had worse than we had recently. So what do you do for weather? You've got a special event. You're going to want to write this down. I know you're going to want to write down. What do you do for that weather issue? In your contracts, what do you do? Is there a little clause in the event of snow, sleet, rain, hurricane, tornado, national disaster, we will refund your money? No. What do we do?
Reschedule.
Mike, reschedule. I owe you $100,000. They're back there. We reschedule. And to me, the coolest thing that I learned, we did one event that was outdoors. I can guarantee you, if you ever decide to do an event in your parking lot, you're going to have weather issues. It's a guarantee. I finally said, hey, I'm a weather girl. I can predict the weather. I was like, no, you can't. I said, I can tell you that on July 18th, it's going to snow. And they're like, what? I said, well, if it doesn't snow, we're going to have down torrential rains. Do you know you can buy an insurance policy for weather? I went, this is the best way to know that you're going to get great weather. I went out and bought a rain policy. And my rain policy said if it had more than 1.5 inches of rain during the day of that event, and that event was going to generate $30,000 of income, that insurance policy would pay me the $30,000. Oh, wow. I saw wow and writing down.
Nelson Moody, Yankee Lanes, Brunswick, Maine. We had a huge party scheduled with Home Depot. They took the whole facility. We moved a league from 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the afternoon so we could make room for it. Paid the league a stipend to move. It started snowing, and they canceled. So we rescheduled it. The next time it was scheduled, was it the second time? They called 2 days ahead of time. 2 days ahead of time, canceled again.
Because of snow, or they just... Okay.
It was predicted that we were going to get snow.
Oh, it might snow.
It might snow, so we're not coming. The third time, we scheduled it. It snowed again. They actually had people show up, but they canceled it anyway. Then, we had people come in. We had special food we ordered. They wanted their money back.
And what did you do?
I Biggest mistake, never had a contract.
I'm sorry, what?
I didn't have a contract.
That's what I thought he said. That was me for my first 5 years. My first 5 years, I would just say, shake hands. Yes, we're going to do an event. Awesome, great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Texas way. I must be a Texas girl. Yeah.
So it wasn't good. I had just bought the center. It was a lot of money. And I had retired from an insurance company. They threatened to take me to court. And I said, good. I just got done working for an insurance company, and that's what I did for them, and I really enjoy going to court. But I ended up negotiating it out and giving them back a third of their money.
Okay.
Make sure you have a contract.
Learn from our lessons. We don't make these stories up. That contract would have helped an incredible amount. And the only reason why I ended up putting in a stronger contract and putting in little asterisks in the event of this, if you change your plans, if this, because then I had something I could go back to them and say, it's there, I'm sorry. We paid for the food, we will give you a credit. And what we actually did on one of our biggest events was we said, the food is already here, we'll bring it to your corporation tomorrow. You can have a barbecue lunch indoors, we'll bring it all up. That way they knew that they were paying for it. And we gave them passes, good for the amount of whatever the activity was. Do we like that idea? Well, I want to hear it. There we go. Wow. I know it's the afternoon time. There we go. So there are lots of little glitches and little things that can happen. In the contract, on those phone calls, I have to thank my English teacher of 3rd grade, I guess, who taught us the 5 W's plus the 1 H. The who, what, when, where, why, and how. How many people in this room have a pre-script, or I kind of call it a pre-inquiry form that they use? Just a couple. Wow. If you go back and create this form or shoot me an email, I will send you a copy of ours. It captures all of this information for you without it sounding like, okay, who are you? What do you do? When are you coming? It really, you never want to sound like you're interrogating them, even though you're trying to get as much information. But who is the group? Who is the contact? Who is making the decision? Because if you are talking to an administrative assistant who's just going to pass it along, you're never going to get an answer, and it's going to drag on and on and on. What type of event are you looking for? When were you looking to have it? Why are you having it? For example, they may just say it's our annual picnic or our seasonal holiday party. But you want to say, is there anything else? Oh, and the boss has been with the company for 50 years. Why do you want to know anything special?
Wow.
You wow them. Exactly. I owe you $100,000. You wow them. I make that note down. Yeah, you missed that mic run. I saw that. He got up. He was like, do I? Don't I? Oh, no throwing mics. Frown upon those. But this way, you could have had an extra cake for the boss that you paid $14 for, but that boss and the whole team is now sitting there saying, wow, that was really nice. So the devil is in the details. You hear that over and over. It's not my favorite expression, but we're going to go through the P's of planning. Pre-inquiry form we talked about, a proposal. The planning phase, do they have a theme, a strategy, a purpose, a budget? These are the same questions you ask if you're doing an internal event. If you're hosting an event for your team, if you're hosting an event for the community, you want to make sure you cover all of these questions. Why is a theme important? Because if you put out the wrong color paper plates, Leslie, aren't they going to scream at you? Most likely. Listen, in Jersey, they'd not only scream, they'd be throwing things at you. So, knowing their budget, which is a tough question, will help you know how many extra upsell items. So you don't just say, hey, how much money do you want to spend? I always like to say, where did you host this event last year? If you know where they hosted it last year, you can guess approximately how much they spent. You can pull it up in your system. The other important thing is, what's the order that they want to do it in? Do they want to have a meeting first, then eat, then play? Or do they have people who are going to be coming in staggering late that you want them to start playing first That gives you enough time to prep all the food, eat, and then have their meeting. So all these little details you want to capture on that one little pre-inquiry form. Oh, we have to do some more P's. I almost want to say this letter is sponsored by P. The supplies. If I learned one great tip from a special events person, he traveled around with his own little toolkit. It was just a little canvas bag that had all the basics that he needed. And I sat there and said, that's pretty smart. Everything from Velcro to fishing line to scissors to masking tape, because you know, if you go up to that front desk and say, quick, I need the masking tape. They're like, it was here someplace. Somebody's got it. And you know what's always missing are the scissors. Scissors just vanish and disappear. I even tried chaining ours to the table. It was gone. So you need to have that little toolkit. Is there a specialty item that they want? Are you ordering T-shirts for them? Are you ordering bowling shirts for them? Are you ordering a giveaway item? Are you ordering custom balloons? What is it you can upsell? With the food, I love to say, what else can we do to make it special? Oh, my boss likes those little mini chocolate chip cookies. Okay, take our chocolate cookies, cut them in half, and we're going to do that. Is the event so big that you're going to need not only extra staff, but security? What are all the little logistics that you need? Anything that you need to prep, you need to know. The people. Oh my gosh, this is where it falls apart. This is where it'll either make or break your event. Not just the people who are coming, but the event coordinators. How many people in this room have had to talk to an event coordinator 10 times? Raise your hands. Oh, come on. All right, make it 20 times. Keep those hands up. I was visiting out in California, and one of my friends said, they're driving me crazy. I said, your staff? She said, no, this one group. They have called us every day, 3 days in a row, 3 times a day. Mostly asking the same question, but a different way. Then they want to come over and do a walkthrough of the event. Then they want to bring the committee over. She said, can I charge them an hourly rate for my services as an event planner? I said, I wish you could. I said, you could add a surcharge, because they don't do a service charge on theirs. They would have covered that. How many people in this room do a service charge? Ooh. 2, 3, that's it. Okay, tell me how much your service charge is. You don't have to run with Mike. What do you charge for your service fee? 20%. 20%. Yours 20%? 20%. Okay, everybody in the room, do the math for 1 minute. If last year your special events and your group sales were $100,000 and you added a 20% service charge on for your host and everything else, how much money are you going to make? 20,000? Anybody in this room want to leave that 20,000, or do they want to take it with them tomorrow? This session just made you at least an extra $20,000. If you go back, here's my asterisk on this. Don't just put it in the smallest little print on the bottom. Don't make it a surprise. We're charging you this. Make sure that they know ahead of time. Special needs. I don't know about you, but I believe that the group now will say, oh, we've got somebody who has a nut allergy, somebody who's got a gluten allergy, somebody who has, and they go through a list of 25 things. If they're not going through that list with you, you should be going through it with them. You should be looking so amazing, saying, while we host so many events, we want to make sure we cater to everyone in your group. Is there anybody who has a nut allergy? Do you know if anybody is gluten-free? Is there anyone who's vegetarian? Good luck with the vegans. There you go. But what do you have to do to make it special? How many people have a formal, official host that works an event for them? Show of hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many people in this room have a host for all of their birthday parties? Every hand went up. Okay, let's look at some math and some numbers. How much do you make on a birthday party?
Anywhere from $129 to $179.
$129 to $179, and you give them a host, correct? Okay. How much do you make on a corporate event?
$20,000.
$20,000.
Three.
Oh, 3. I'm sorry. I can't so excited. $3,000. Under 200, about 3,000. No party host, nobody to help them. I'm not saying to help do everything, but there has to be a liaison for them. Somebody that they know. If you're in the casinos, hey, we're in Vegas. If you're in the casinos and you're a high roller, don't you get a host? At least they show that on the TV shows. So adding a host to your events will make your job easier. If you train them, they know what they have to do. Adding that host is so valuable. Okay, this is only for internal promotions, internal events. Everybody has to smile when he gets ready to take the picture and look like you're having so much fun. You want everybody thumbs up? Okay, everybody thumbs up. Woo! They're not all thumbs up on your side. There we go. They're not looking as happy as they should. But how are we going to market your events? Tell me. If you're doing an event, what do you do? If you have an event, what are you hosting and what are you doing to market it?
What are we doing with the host? We provide a host for all those.
Okay, but how do you market your event?
When they've called in to us, or when?
Nope, you're hosting your, what was the event you told us you did?
The Knights of Columbus.
The Knights of Columbus.
Yeah, with our Knights of Columbus event, we actually have 3 people that work with that because we do 2 different centers, and then we have a coordinator internally. But when they come, there's a host for each group at each center.
And how do you market? Do you have flyers? Do you have banners? What do you do to promote the event?
Well, those are marketed. That particular event, we work pretty much with Knights of Columbus because they do such a great job with marketing that we just work with them. They fill it up.
Okay.
So I'm not even out looking for people because it's already full.
Okay, who has an event where they want to get people into the room? Do you do one, Kay? Right here. Tell us, how do you market? What is the event and how do you market it?
It's our New Year's Eve Big Bash, and I got an idea from the gentleman from Maine. I like the idea of the party for the teenagers. In between, we had a family event and an adult event, but not the teenagers, and also the kids, and maybe even seniors during the day. But so that's an internal event that we have to promote. We have the best way that we do it is we have a pretty good database now. We use social media. Most of all of our league bowlers are on our weekly e-newsletter that's got coupons on it. So that's how we keep everybody in the loop on what's coming up. So we have a weekly e-blast with whatever the big event is that we're promoting at that time. So that's the biggest way, lane to lane during your busy peak times.
Can you say that again?
Lane to lane.
To lane.
Touching
so you
tables.
are touching those tables and making sure that they all know that you're doing this event.
Helps if it's a pretty girl or young lady and who's bubbly and really excited about this thing coming up. So,
but the whole premise, if you're doing an event, I will watch people say, "We're going to do one event every month," and I'll say, "Okay, that's great, but you have to promote, market, and advertise each of those events." So I would sooner you pick 2 or 3 events and really take it to that next level. Making sure you've got the schedule of your activities, all the logistics down, checklist. I'm the queen of checklists. Do we have napkins? Do we have this? Everything. So let's talk about a little bit of accidents and prevention. Anybody ever have an accident during their event? Oh yeah. Can really bring your event down. When I started to speak in the other room, they made sure they taped down the new wire that they put down the floor. I was at a safety conference speaking about safety. And I said to them, "Guys, don't you want to tape this wire?" "Oh, you'll be fine." I was wearing these really nice heels. I was fine until I caught my heel on that thing and almost landed on the floor. So you have to watch out for the safety of your guest and your team. Anybody in the room have a mother-in-law? Yeah, lots of the heads are smiling. Here's my mother-in-law test. And I loved my mother-in-law. I don't want her to be upset. Here's the mother-in-law test. If you know that your mother-in-law is coming over, does she bring out her white gloves? Do you think she's going to be checking how clean everything is? What are you doing to your center that you want to think, hey, would my mother-in-law walk in and would I pass the test? Are you doing a survey at the end? How did we do? What is the number 1 question you want to ask when you're doing an event at the end? If you can only ask them 1 question, what would that 1 question be? What do you think? Customer service. Good. What do you think? How was your party? Good. What do you think? Did your guests have a good time? Good. Excellent. Can I schedule you for next year? Great. What other? Big round of applause. Would you recommend us to someone else? That's what we were looking for. Give her a big round of applause. By the way, all the other questions that were asked are the 5 that I put on my form. But the most important one that I look at before I read anything else is, would you recommend us to a friend? If they recommend you to a friend, then you know they had a good time. That did not advance. The little things that make a big difference. Go that extra mile. Give them a little bit more, but make it a surprise. For example, New Rock and Bowl was hosting an event, and I said to them, guess what? We're going to put out a balloon arch for your event. They said, guess what? We're not. They said, how many people in this room have ever tried to make a balloon arch? Oh yeah, how much fun are they? Hard. Hard. Very hard. I know, did you see that? I know. And that's taped down. Who else over here made a balloon arch? How long does it take you? Took a few hours. And 3 people doing it. So I showed up to New Rock. They're not in the room, right? No, I'm okay. I showed up to New Rock. I said, I brought you a balloon arch. And I brought a box out of my car and I carted it in. And I said, and I, who am not really good at blowing up things, well, except kitchen things, I'm going to make a balloon arch in under an hour. All by myself. That is the balloon arch that I made in under an hour. It took me less than 40 minutes. Looks good. Looks good. How about applause for that balloon arch? That was really bad. Best part about this balloon arch? No helium. There is no helium in that balloon arch. This is a product I found, yes.
What's your hourly rate on setting up balloon arches?
Yes, that was the most expensive balloon arch they ever had. But it was a several $1,000 party. And when they walked in, we didn't get a picture, but we had their company sign right next to it. And they all took a picture under there. So it was a wow moment for them. So that balloon arch is done with all air. Like an air mattress compressor that you just blow up the air. That balloon arch will last an average of 2 to 3 weeks. And then you have to go back and go zzz, 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 and put a little air in it. You can reuse it over and over, except for you, because I know you don't have storage. Because you do have to store these someplace, yes?
Are those just regular balloons or are those foil balloons?
These are Mylar foil balloons that almost look like a donut in the middle and 4 balloons around it. And they all inflate at one quick time. You can't see, but there's an arch pole. So all I did was, after I inflated them, drop it on, drop it on, drop it on, and then ta-da, it was done. It's a fabulous company that I found at a special event party trade show. I'll tell you their name, you can call them. I don't get anything, but just tell them you were at a seminar and you loved it. They come in all different colors. We used it for project graduation. We used it for a couple corporate events. We used it for their team building. It's called Inflate and Create. Really super nice people. Let's talk about the experience you give. It's hard to be 100% better than your competition, but you can be 1% better in 100 ways. So I'm looking for that 1% better. What can you do to be just 1% better than your competition? And by the way, your competition isn't just other bowling centers. There's a lot of competition to do events. They're doing them in the mall. They're doing them at Home Depot. They're doing them everywhere. They're taking airplane hangars and making them into event places. We don't like all that competition, so we have to be 1% better. So name 5 things that you can do that are better than anybody else. What's one thing you can do? Wait, she has a really good one.
I have a really good one.
She has
have the most amazing staff.
There you go. Big round of applause for that. Have the most amazing staff. What else can you do? What can you do? Yep. Wait. Well, help. Hold on. This is phone a friend. 1 second. Okay, wait, talk to the mic.
Have the cleanest and most organized facility.
There you go. Have the cleanest, most organized facility. What do these two things cost us? Almost nothing. Oh, there's my mic. Thank you. What else can you do?
Thank them.
Thank them. Big, big, big. Good. Round of applause for that. Thank them. We call it the attitude of gratitude. Do you truly say, hey, thanks for the event? Or do you go up and say, thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed your event. Whatever we can do, and really make that connection. What were you going to tell us?
Communicate.
Communicate. How do you communicate with them?
Just pay attention to detail.
Pay attention to detail.
Listen to what they're asking.
Listen to what they're asking. What else? Call, email, text. Any method you can. The one thing that does not work, and I've tried it, are smoke signals. Yeah, I tried a skywriter once. That also did not work for an event. Has to be the right thing. So,
Send thank you notes.
Send thank you notes. Huge, huge thing. Thank you for saying that. When you send your thank you note, tell me a little bit about your thank you note. Where's my mic? Okay, but what did you teach your manager to do?
We had them hand painted.
Ooh, hand painted. They're beautiful thank you notes.
They're beautiful thank you notes. We had them hand painted. We left the inside blank so for each event the manager could put their name and thank them to make it more personal.
Awesome. Big round of applause for that thank you note. So if you got a thank you note from me, it would not only have a handwritten thank you in it, but I would make sure that there were at least 2 to 3 of my business cards with a little label taped to the top, you know, when you unfold an envelope. So there are always 2 or 3. Why do I put 2 or 3 in? So that they can refer me to friends. So that they can have, hey, we had this great event there. Everything was perfect. The staff were amazing. All good things. To me, there are just 3 things that have to happen during an event. Everybody stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Quick, quick, quick. Okay, everybody sit down. That was too slow. Ready? We'll try. Wait, stay. You're going to be good. Ready? Everybody stand up. Awesome. I want you to say after me the 3 things. Number 1, warm welcome. Number 2, memorable moments. And number 3, fond farewell. That's all you have to do to have a perfect event. 3 things. So what's number 1? Number 2? Number 3? Awesome. Now you can sit down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those are 3 quick, easy things that you can do, and you will have the most successful parties, the most successful special events. And a fond farewell wasn't, hey, thanks for having the party, see you later. It is not a drive-through. It is not McDonald's or Wendy's or, what did they tell me, In-N-Out Burger or something? It's In-N-Out. It's really that stopping and saying, Ted, we loved having your event here. Thank you. We appreciate it. You know, you really have to talk. Make that eye contact. The best thing you can do when you have a new party host, train them to not only look in their eye, but at the end you're going to say, so what color eyes did the event coordinator that you were working with have? And they're like, what? Well, they know I'm going to ask them. So I can tell you already how many in this row have blue and brown eyes, because I want to make sure that that contact is done. I love Ritz-Carlton. No, I don't stay there. But this saying was great. The more you can do to make a guest feel special, the more memorable the visit. And the more memorable the visit, the more likely the guest is to return. That holds true for whether it's your own event or whether it's an outsider's event coming in. If you can make that memorable, and when I say memorable, I mean memorable in a positive way. There are events that are memorable in a not so positive way. So think about that. Double check everything. Yes, we need the mic back over. Oh, look, it's right. See, your side is not getting that million at this point. Yes.
I just bought the center in October of 2013.
Okay.
And the first Christmas was pretty hectic. But the second Christmas, I have a friend that's an artist that's a lot like Norman Rockwell.
Wow.
And he actually drew Santa Claus bowling with Mrs. Claus and some elves around, and we made a Christmas card out of it. We sent a Christmas card to every league bowler
Wow.
in the house, and I had hundreds of people come up and thank me for that Christmas card simply because it made them feel just a little bit more special coming
That's
to our
perfect.
house.
Big round of applause for that. Earlier, someone said the best thing you could do is communicate. Most events fall apart not because we don't have fabulous centers, not because we weren't prepared, but we forgot to communicate something. And usually it's the front of the house communicating with the back of the house. I see all these smiles in this head bobbing. You know, how come you didn't tell me? Or my favorite is 4 buses pull up that were not on the schedule for an event. They didn't RSVP, they don't have wristbands, and you get that frantic call from the front desk. Oh my God, there are 4 buses here. I said, okay, but they're not on the schedule for our special event today. Okay, well, would you like me to go out and tell them to turn around and go back, or can we accommodate that? Like, but, and all the buts. There are people who show up to events unannounced. We have to be prepared for that. So communicating as much as you can. How many people do a daily huddle, an alley rally, a pep rally, a rant? And anybody do that? A couple. Anybody over here? Nobody? Okay. Can you please tell everybody what you do for your morning huddle, or your, what do you call yours?
Alley rally.
Alley rally. Oh, I guessed that. That was really good.
You already met it. We do it.
Yeah, so the alley rally, it's the manager on duty before the shift, whatever shift it is, usually the evening, but on weekdays, if you have events planned, or Saturday day, Sunday day, they huddle the whole staff together for no more than 5 minutes. We have a written bullet point, like what's happening, what special events, what lanes are on, assign the lanes to the alley waiters, which are our servers, so that they know which sections they have, put them in their place. We usually end it with we have somebody do a chant, we're all in, and then we break, and it's exciting, it's fun, and the kids get into it, not just the kids, but the supervisors, and
Awesome, and that's the perfect way to communicate what's happening at that special event. Give them a big round of applause. One person, thank you. It will set the tone for that event of that day. It will let them know, hey, you're important. Without you, we can't do this. Let's all get psyched. Let's have the best event. Instead of, the event's here. It's the lady that called us 25 times. Do we really have to do her party? Yes, we have to do her party, and we have to be cheerful about it. So those are really important. Budget saver, time savers. These are tips and tricks that I learned over the years that if I can share with you to make your special events even more special or easier, I'd love to. The linens. We used to use plastic tablecloths, and we thought that was really cool, different colors tied into the theme. Then as we went to more expensive parties and events, we did really fancy linens. But we didn't own linens, and I was not about to wash them, take them home to my house, dry them, and iron them. We worked with a local hotel. We did a trade-out. I said to them, we need 10 round tables for this Saturday in either blue or white, whichever you have in stock. And they're like, okay, that's approximately $500 worth of linens. I will give you $500 worth of passes. So that now I'm getting them into our center. Everybody has tried trade-outs for different things. Have you done it for linens? Really simple. Our stock centerpieces, basic items that we would use, meaning our balloon weights, our little fall things. The best time to get those, AC Moore, Michaels, whatever you have near you, when they go on sale for 70% off, that's when we're there getting them. They're less than the wholesalers. They go into a bin. Notice it says clear bin. I used to get those really pretty blue ones. Then I'd get the red ones for Christmas. Then I'd get the orange for Thanksgiving. But nobody put the right things back in the bins, and we'd be taking bin after bin out. The clear bins, awesome. So seasonal items. A tent. If you're doing an outdoor event, even if you have a parking lot, I thought, how hard is it to put up a tent? Yeah, I learned that the hard way. I said to my staff, hey, have you guys ever put up a tent? Oh, yeah. My parents had us put up in the backyard. Great. Well, they're great at putting them up in the backyard. They were not so great putting them up on concrete or asphalt. This little 40-minute project that the tent company could have put up took me over 5 hours of labor. It was a disaster. We never did that again. But we worked out a deal with a local rental company and said, how about this? We will put your tent out with the sign, tent compliments of Miller Rental. Don't everybody call Miller Rental. Okay, they're only in Jersey. And don't say Sheryl said you'll give us a free tent. But we did a party for them. Flowers were compliments of a local place. All hands on deck. That really means everybody's in. But as earlier, who said the assign the special tasks? Back over there. Thank you. You were just a couple slides ahead. But everybody gets a task. Everybody's accountable for the success. It's got to be a team effort. From your pep rally to your pre-event check, walk through the event. If you've ever seen me, I sketch it out. So if this is our buffet table, I put a square for the square plates, a circle for the round, a triple tier, so that I know that we have enough room for everything. You always run out of time. You think you could set those tables and put these little clips on and then do the little tuck-ups? You never have enough time. Anybody see anything wrong with this? Took a minute, but best wishes, Suzanne. Underneath that, we will miss you. Note, oh yeah, this is a real cake. I did not make this up. Okay, oh my gosh. Well, we didn't do our own cakes in our facility. That was sheet cakes we always sent out. This was not on my property, I want you to know. But this can really happen when you have a breakdown in communication. Oh yeah, it was even worse when you have them write O-S-H-I-T when the girl said that's what she thought she heard. So, how do you wow? We've given you several examples. Now I'm going to tell you a couple more whoops. Learn from my mistakes. What could go wrong here? Beautiful, awesome, simple. Everybody remembers when chocolate fountains first came out? Everybody's using chocolate fountains still? No. Because they're too messy, right? Yeah, okay, I agree. But you know what's really super cool now? S'more stations. Where you do a box with the black little riverjack rocks in there with sterno little things, and you set this beautiful, less messy, less drippy. What could go wrong with this? Turnover, crowded, it wasn't double-sided, it was, there were a lot of things that went wrong. But the most important thing that went wrong, they were throwing this in as an extra, the chocolate fountain. They had new staff working. The new staff gal decided she would wash it out for the owners. She took the entire unit and dropped it in the sink and scrubbed it. Right under the label that says, do not submerge in water. We didn't say that they all were great at reading, they just thought they would do that. Well, nobody checked it, it got dried and put away. They went to use it the following week, and guess what? Did not work. Welcome signs. Really cool, nice thing to say, wow, only if you spell the company name correct. Yeah, okay. Helium. Everybody's still having a shortage of helium. And you know how often you go to use that helium and the tank is empty? Always keep an extra little portable tank available. Sterno. This happened to me. I said, we've got these checklist inventory. Is there enough sterno? Are there 2 cases of sterno? Yes, 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 yes. We're setting up for the event. We go and we take out the box. Empty. But they checked on their sheet. There were 2 boxes of sterno. They just never looked inside the sterno. So now I got smart. I said, not only must you tell us, are there 2 boxes, how many are in each box? Learn from our mistakes. The chafing dishes are always missing the lids. Where do they go? Is there like a lid fairy who just confiscates them at night? Linens that we borrowed from somebody that had soils on them, we had not opened them till the event. Ooh, that was not pretty. You see we did a quick makeover on a table there. Power outages. You don't have power outages or storms in your areas, right? Yeah, what do? You have a plan and a backup plan? Who is a generator? And does your generator cover just your refrigerator? Think about what would you do. Fire alarms going off. One person decided on their aisles they wanted to have these little sparkler things going off as the engaged couple walked down. Guess what happens to that? Oh yeah, smoke alarms. Fortunately, they shut it off right before the sprinklers went off. That was not going to be very pretty, everybody's outfit wet. Everybody serves beer, wine. Yes? Did you ever notice that white wine never spills? Only red wine? Oh, come on. So 2 years ago at IAPA, the International Association of Amusement Parks, we went to this great restaurant for dinner, and they had menus that were this big. Okay? Who needs a menu this big? As soon as you opened the menu, it hit the wine glass and totally covered my poor friend Don over here in his nice, beautiful white shirt. Now, that could have been a real disaster. The person at the restaurant came right over and said, don't worry, I'll be right back. Grabbed this unbelievable spray called Wine Out, is spraying Don and wiping, and it's like disappearing ink. It was gone. I have told every center, if you ever serve red wine, you need to go buy this item. Freezer outlet, Wine Out. Wine Out. I keep a travel one usually with me, just in case I ever have to go back to that restaurant and not be embarrassed. Freezer outlet protectors. We had one extra portable freezer that we would use for extra ice cream cakes and when we did make your own sundaes and some really cool things. Well, guess what? This one young kid thought he would impress us. He mopped that floor so well. He moved that freezer and mopped underneath. I said, wow, where did we get him? Till I found out about 6 hours into the day that he never plugged the freezer plug back in. So learn, always put a freezer protector over it, an outlet protector, so they can't, without a key, ever undo that. Under promise and over deliver. Under promise and over deliver. If there's one thing you really want to do, it's deliver the most amazing experience. Never say, oh, we're going to give you 2 tents, extra shaving dishes. We've got these new crystal plates that are here. Don't do it. Post-event evaluations. I love to tell my brownie story. So you have to indulge and listen to my brownie story. Can I send you, where do you live?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. So you have Quick Check or 7-Eleven or what do you have? Okay, 7-Eleven. If I send you to 7-Eleven with $1.50, can you go get me one of those little brownies in a plastic bag? Okay. And it only costs 99 cents, but I'm giving you extra.
Gas money.
Gas money, there you go. How much does that brownie cost? 99 cents. Oh, 50? It's only 50 near you?
Oh, no. To buy. I thought you meant this.
Oh, to buy.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to say it's $1. He brings the brownie back, and I say to him, how much is that brownie? What's it worth? And you say, $1. Everybody's with us so far, right? It's $1. I now take that brownie, I open it up, and I put it on a paper plate, and I serve it to you. How much am I going to charge you for that brownie?
$3.
Okay, he's going to pay $3 because it's now on a plate. I'm bringing it over your center. We're putting it on a rectangle plate. And I put the brownie in the center. How much are you going to charge me for it? $3.50. I now bring it down to your center. And we are going to cut this brownie into 2 triangles. We're going to put one up at an angle, one down. I'm going to drizzle the caramel sauce, the raspberry, a little dollop of whipped cream. How much are you going to charge me for that brownie? $7.50. Who said $7.50? She's near my. He's only 5, but it's okay. I'm going with the $7.50.
Hey, you're from Jersey.
I'm from Jersey. Right, Jersey, the restaurant would have been $9 for that same brownie. But wait, coming back over to my friend here. I thought you told me it was only worth $1. Right. But I just took that $1 brownie and transformed it into something totally different, and I was able to upsell and charge a lot more. When you do your post-event recap, is there something that you could have done at that event that you could have made them say, wow, and updone to this new brownie? Do you do a special event recap sheet so that you know next year when you do the New Year's Eve event, how many kids were there, how many adults were there? It's a one-page front and back. Did you do print? Did you do TV? What did you do to market or advertise it? Two different forms if it's your own event versus if it's somebody else's, because you want to always send them an event. So, here's your recap moment. And you haven't asked many questions, so I must be really covering it all. Oh, awesome. Here, you get 100 grand. Yes, if you send me an email, I will send you that form. I had not uploaded it to the BPAA site, but I will be more than happy to share that with anybody. My pleasure. So before your event, the details, the 5 W's plus the H, make it a success, make it really cool. What can you do? My favorite question is, I'll say to somebody, what can we do to make your event extra special? What does a successful event look like? Is it, wow, that's so cool. Star Wars theme is adding to it. During the event, we covered the 3 key things. Everybody remind me what they are? Warm welcome, memorable moment, and a fun farewell. Afterwards, a special thank you. Whether it's a gift, whether it's a photo album, whether it's something really cool. But where I found I failed and where I dropped the ball the most was not staying in touch. And when I say staying in touch, after the first 5 years, I would sit there and say, hey, I know that Ted's birthday is August 15th. So I send Ted a little email. Ted, we've been thinking about you. Here's a free round of bowling, a free round of mini golf, try it again, free game, get it straight, of bowling in honor of your birthday. What does that cost me? Very little. Staying in touch with them. Happy Father's Day. Here's something new that you need to know. All those little things really help out. If you love this seminar, please make sure you tell them and fill out on your evaluation forms, because as everybody heard this morning, where do these forms go? To my mom. And mom really gets upset when I get a 4. If you did not love this seminar, you were never here, we never met, I was not at Bowl Expo, you really saw somebody totally different. And I want to close with, ideas are a dime a dozen, implementation could be worth millions. I want you to take one idea, just one, circle it right now, and put it on your action plan. What is the one idea that you took from this session that you loved that you're going to go back and try? And I'm going to call you out on it right now. Ready? What was your one idea? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'll come back. I'm going to come back. You're good. What was your one idea?
I like the New Year's.
The New Year's. Gerald got the New Year's. Awesome. Thank you. What was your one idea?
The warm welcome and a memorable moment.
The 3 touch points. Awesome. What was your favorite idea? Awesome. New Year's with the, I'm glad we did that. What was your favorite?
The service charge.
The service charge. She's going for the big bucks back here. I love it. Thank you. Notice everybody found something totally different. What was your favorite?
Sending the thank you notes.
Sending the thank you notes. What was your favorite?
I was impressed with that balloon arch.
She was impressed with the balloon arch. Yeah, if I was really good, I could get it technically done. They show you a video of 20-some minutes, but I stopped to talk to people. And so you see, everybody had something a little bit different that was important to them. You have tons of new ideas. You now get to go back and apply those ideas. If there's anything I can do to help you or help your center make more money, please don't hesitate to call. I thank you. Do not disappear yet, because we have to do our drawing, our prize, our lady. Where's our bag, ladies? Anybody? Last call. Yes, I'll take. Yes.
One thing that we do in our center is we've got a lot of digital signage. So I get the company's logo prior to, even if I go on the web and steal it.
He did not just say that. He did not say that he stole that off the
We
web.
ask them to give us their logo or birthday parties, kids' faces.
Yeah, Gerald's perfect that he puts their logo up so when they walk in, that's that wow moment. I love it. I love digital signage. Thank you for that. Okay, are you ready to pick our winner?
Yeah, one more.
Oh, we have one more. I need your card, quick. Oh, it's in there. Okay. Oh, he wants the pen. I still have a couple pens. Okay, I have a pen. Okay, so while he's working on getting that, here's the real reason why that pen is so special. I know you thought that it really was because it could write turquoise or whatever color he picked. The pen is special because many of you work with first-time young employees. As fast as you train them, that's how fast they forget. Well, inside the pen are the 25 games they can play while they're waiting for the pizza. And on the back are all the words we taught them in terms of host and things like that. You picked one out already.
I did. Was I not
Tell everybody who won.
Beth Simril?
Beth, come on down. Big round of applause there. And Beth, you can pick between the group sales book or the marketing. The marketing book does have the special event check sheet and forms and 52 ways to market for 101 ways to market for under $100. Okay, there you go. You know what, let's do another one. Do you mind if we do a couple? Okay. Oh, you don't have your card? Really? Run over and grab his card, pretty please. He's my new assistant. We're good. Oh my. I know. Okay. Oh, yes, absolutely. You get a pen just like this. Ready? Next winner for the group sales book that is not officially out yet. Who do you have?
Shane Crabtree.
Shane. Come on, there we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And two really quick for pens. Yours is already on your seat. Don't worry, I got you covered.
Mine's used now, the resale value.
No, it's still in the in the cello.
I took notes with it.
No, I just gave you a new one in this. Oh my gosh. He's throwing your cards on the floor.
Well, I chose one and the other one came out.
Okay, so who are they?
John Cop.
Okay, John, come get your pen, and
Mark Shosh.
Mark Chosh. Okay, they're right over here. Come get those. Thank you so much. You've been an awesome, amazing audience. Go have some fun and make some money. Thank you.
Thank you.